Tall drink of water there. You can always see. So tall.
Good morning. I'm Jeffrey Grier, Director of Grier School. Welcome to Grier School's 170th Class of 2023 graduation. I'd like to introduce first a few distinguished guests sitting to my right. We have with us today, and if I may kindly ask, please hold your applause until the end. Patty Sektig McNeely, class of 1972, and the Grier School Board of Trustees former chairwoman and her husband, Jean. Christina Savina, class of 1991, current Grier School Board of Trustees secretary and her daughter, Ava. Jennifer Rexroad, class of 1985, and the Grier School Board of Trustees current chairwoman, former class president, former student council president, and recipient of the prestigious Nancy Jane Davis Award, Grier School's highest honor. Amongst our seated guests today, we have with us Mr. and Mrs. Randy Tarpey. Randy's firm is the school's accountant and auditor, and it's the finest in central Pennsylvania. Mr. Ron McLaughlin is with us today, Grier School's general counsel and a partner at one of State College's most prestigious law firms. Mr. and Mrs. Scott Krofcheck, owner of C&L Landscaping, a close personal friend, and frankly, the reason that campus literally sparkles for all of us today. Thank you, Scott. Mr. and Mrs. Sam McCloskey, one of Central Pennsylvania's preeminent residential and commercial builders. Mr. Tom and Carrie Whitehead of the Emily Whitehead Foundation for Cancer Research. The school, the board, and the entire Grier family thank each of you for your contributions, support, and generosity. Graduates, my lovely wife, Mrs. Grier, our one-year-old daughter at the time, Auden Reed, and I spent the first 18 months of my directorship crisscrossing this fabulous nation of ours and meeting with alumni like you now and trustees. One thing became very evident during our travels. 90% of the alums we met conveyed to us that the years they spent at Grier School were the most formative, most enjoyable, most exciting years of their lives. Our former chairwoman, Patty Sektig McNeely, has told me time and again how much she appreciates me welcoming her and other trustees back each year on campus and referring to this sacred place as their second home. So, conjuring the benevolent spirits of Lemuel, after him Alvin Ruckman, after him Thomas Campbell, Dr. Douglas Audenried, may he rest in peace. And now blending with them, with the sixth generation, my daughter Audenried and her soon-to-arrive sibling, Nicole and I would like to ask, we want to urge all of you freshly minted Grier Girl graduates to know that now and forever you may call this campus your second home and the entire Grier community your second family. Please visit, please stay with us, please remain in touch. Graduates, I'd like to share with you a few inspiring statistics in which each of you have played a significant role, a state of the union, if you will. Each of you hails from a different city, a different town. Have you ever supported a women's team from your area, supported, say, the U.S. or the Thai or the Mexican volleyball or basketball team? And when they won the gold medal at the Olympics, that feeling of pride and of inspiration. We won. We are the champions. But you were not an actual member or a player on that team, yet you still felt this amazing sense of achievement and excitement. Well, I'd like to share a few statistics now about each of you graduates and about Grier School. Grier is the undisputed #1 ranked riding team in the entire nation. Thank you, Coach Crystal and your team. Thank you. Over 1,500 teams, and you're #1 in the entire country. 6 of our 41 graduating seniors are members of the Grier riding team. Grier is a top 5 dance program in the entire country. Thank you, Jossie, Danielle, Nicole. 11 of our 41 graduating seniors are members of the Grier dance program. Grier is the #1 art school in the state of Pennsylvania, the 6th largest state in the country. 1,600 high schools in Pennsylvania. Grier is #1 in the arts. Thank you, Heidi Zimbler. Thank you, Agatha Wong, Marinda Jenkins, and our 11 art music instructors strong team. 25 of our 41 graduating seniors are students of the arts, music, and theater departments. Lastly, Grier ranks in the top 15% of all Pennsylvania schools in STEM. Again, top 15% out of 1,600 high schools. Thank you, Dr. Nancy Burke and team, Carol Derrimer, and Shannon and Danielle and your team. All 41 of our graduating seniors have participated in Grier's prestigious science, math, and computer science programs. Grier class of 2023 graduates, you are not spectators, you are not fans, you are not paying local subscribers nor consumers. You are the gold medal winning members of the victorious teams I just mentioned. So what advice might I give you today as you foray into your future college experiences, your future loves, your future careers? A tired Hollywood trope, be all you can be, you can do anything if you put your mind to it? No. I would simply suggest the following. Continue to be the successes you have already demonstrated. Continue your hard work. Continue to be confident. Simply continue to be what you already are and already have proved. The best. Graduates, in closing, I'd like to share with you as well as our assembled parents and guests the following. I conducted recently 81 rehire meetings with our returning full-time staff over the past several weeks. Do you know what the overwhelming response was when I asked if they had any comments or things that they'd like to share? I love the kids here at Grier. That's what they had to say. I know a lot of teachers at other nearby schools. Trust me, that is not what other teachers have to say about their students or classrooms. The reverse is also true. Mrs. Grier and I recently enjoyed taking out student council last week to lunch. Do you want to guess what they had to say over lunch? Every single one of them, all 5. How much they like their teachers. Your parents convey much the same thing to me. They love Grier's faculty and staff. Conversations I have with students in hallways go something like this. Mr. Grier, I really like Ms. Lawler. I really like Mrs. I like Mr. I like studying. So today we live in a world where education overall isn't living up to expectations where we need it to be. I'm not smart enough to suggest a means by which we can fix the overall system. But I can tell you a good place to stay. Imitate the Grier School model, where students like, admire, and look up to their instructors, and where instructors, teachers, appreciate the students. In closing, thank you, Grier faculty, thank you, Grier staff, and thank you, Grier graduating class of 2023. Thank you.
Now, half of our seniors are sick because of the thick throat, so please excuse us if there is continuous coughing or change in voices. Now, shall we begin? Good day, everyone. This is what Mr. Pakanik always says in the beginning of the class, and it is something that I want to emphasize in my memories. So, good day, everyone. By looking at everyone's swollen eyes, I believe you had wonderful and meaningful time with your servers and the seniors in your candlelight. I hope you all brought enough tissues and are ready for more. Approximately 4 years, 720 days, 17,280 hours is how long my Grier school life has lasted. All the time, but it only felt like 1 minute. 1 minute until class is over, 1 minute until study hall is over, 1 minute until we can leave school, 1 minute until we can practice done. 1 minute. People were rushing and complaining until the time was up, but we never realized how much we will want another minute. 1 more minute to learn something new, 1 more minute to laugh with friends, 1 more minute to enjoy being a Grier school student. Everyone told me in the beginning of my journey, high school flies by in a blink of an eye. I didn't believe them until now, standing here in front of all of you. There were so many things that happened over the past few years, and all of us have all been through so many changes. Change can occur in many different ways and is dealt with in many different ways. I have come to the awareness that change can be the deepest of all things. I went through a lot of changes, like leaving my family and moving thousands of kilometers away to study in America. However, sometimes change doesn't require an incredible occurrence to take place. When your brain tires and it's time to do something else, it might magically arise overnight. After many times of avoiding hiding, I gradually realized how welcoming and open-hearted Grier is. I still remember the first time trying out for a varsity volleyball team, and I had no idea how to play the game. In front of all the tall and skilled varsity players, I felt so anxious and small. My tears were filling my whole eyes, and I tried so hard from falling out. But every time I was able to hit the ball, the whole court was filled with cheers and clapping. That made me feel like part of the group. It felt like a small thing, but this became a strong motivation that these seniors are the ones I want to become, and this is the community that I want to help build. After this, I started to pay attention to the Grier community as a whole, and I realized that I was always welcome to the place and the groups. And people respected my culture well and loved my differences, and I felt I came to the place where I belong. I'd give anything to have just 1 more minute to walk the hallways with my friends or laugh at my dinner table just 1 more time. 1 more time to prank the whole school, 1 more time for a dance party, 1 more time for his birthday cake delivery, 1 more time clapping Mr. Jefferson's hand in the hallway. 1 more time to play volleyball with my teammate. I'll take another minute to thank all the staff who have helped me throughout my high school career, as well as all my friends who have encouraged me to become a better version of myself. Special shout out to my roommate Rosie, who wanted to become part of my speech and who was always by my side, being my best friend, and we're also going to spend our next 4 years in the college. And thank you so much for my family, who has always taken care of me, who was always supportive about whatever decision I made, and who believed in me. And lastly, thank you, Grier, for giving me the best memories and support. You all have changed me and every single person sitting in these chairs. Thank you. And congratulations to class of 2023. We made it.
First, I want to say congratulations to every senior celebrating their accomplishments today. Thank you to everyone here in support of the class of 2023. Sorry. Some of you have been on this journey with me for as many years as I've been alive. Okay. If you would have told me 5 years ago that I was graduating at Grier, I would have never believed you. This was never in my plan. I didn't even know that the things that I've accomplished here were possible. But I'm so glad that they had happened. From performing at the biggest high school performing arts festival in the country to being able to double major in nursing and dance, I've done things that 14-year-old Layla Kurtz would have been so inspired by. Jossie and Danielle are my dance teachers here. Without them, I wouldn't be half of the person or dancer I am today. When I came to Grier, I never understood the idea that the things I'm taught in dance class will apply to my everyday life. These amazing women have taught me to be responsible, to always be nice, and to always walk into a room being confident, even if I don't know what I'm doing. When I was applying to college, everywhere I was interested in told me I couldn't double major in nursing and dance. They told me it would be too much. When I told Jossie this, she told me to never take no for an answer. It eventually worked out in my favor, and I think a huge part of this is because she told me to believe in myself. Sometimes I forget how important it is to be present and be grateful for the things around me. Danielle has always reminded me of this, and I apply it to my life every day. If Jossie and Danielle weren't such a big part of my life, I'm not sure that I'd be able to do the things that I've accomplished. Before I attended Grier, I was miserable. I felt so out of place at my previous school. No one understood my passions or had the same interests as me. I felt like I wasn't recognized as hardworking or cool because I danced. People told me over and over again that dance wasn't a sport and made me feel stupid for being passionate about getting good grades and succeeding in all aspects of my life. When it came to Grier, I began to recognize something very quickly. This was that every single person who attends a school has something that they're passionate about, and they're not afraid to show it. They're confident in what they believe in and still love people for their differences. My teachers want me to succeed and do well in life. They have taken interest in my hobbies and congratulated me for my achievements. I'm reminded every day that the people around me at Grier care about me. I have a place here, and so does every young, confused girl walking into this school. I know that when I go off to college and into the real world, I will make everyone feel loved and like they have a place. I didn't ever realize how important this was until I became a Grier girl. I know that I will sit in the front of the class and answer questions with confidence, even if they're wrong. I know that I will brush off mistakes and pick myself up again. I know that I might not always be the best dancer or nursing student in the room, but I will be the smartest. As Jossie says, you must know what you don't know and never be afraid to ask questions. For my last project in English, Dr. GB asked us to read a book of our choice and present a summary. I read Everything Will Be Okay by Dana Perino. In this book, chapter 4 was titled How to Find Your Role Model. In this chapter, Dana talks about her role model, Anne. She says, I tell you about Anne because I think it's important to keep finding women that inspire you like she did for me. She makes me want to keep pushing, trying, and creating. Anne didn't let no stop her from doing something that was good and right. I found my role models in my teachers, my pre-pro girls, and 100 other girls here who aren't afraid to be passionate about what they love. I'm so glad that I've been able to find my own Anns. Grier has allowed me to become an Ann, and I could not be more grateful for that. As I leave Grier, I'm confident in the fact that girls will come and go, and everyone will find their own path here. Grier has been my home for so long, and I can't wait to find my next. Grier will always be a part of me, and the people here have changed my life forever. To my senior class, I hope that you continue to be Anns in your new homes. May your new adventures allow you to create art and live a life full of love and passion. You've all inspired me to be my best self. Cheers to you and all of your accomplishments thus far. I can't wait to see where you all continue your journeys.
Hello everyone, my name is Coco Liu and I'm from Wuhan, China. I'd like to start by welcoming family, friends, faculty and staff, and thank you all for being here to celebrate the graduating class of 2023. As I look back on my journey at Grier, I am filled with gratitude for the countless ways in which this community has changed me. I vividly recall the joy that I experienced when I received my acceptance from Grier School on my 15th birthday. that anticipation for the future was a feeling I will never forget. However, after the initial excitement, I became anxious and nervous about being far away from home and in a new country. As I arrived at my dorm hall on the very first day, my house mom immediately welcomed me and invited me into the group conversation. This made me feel more at ease in my new environment. From that moment on, I feel as though my relationship with my house mom has blossomed. I know I will forever miss the warmth and comfort that I felt from Mom Caroline. She made me feel a sense of belonging that continued throughout my 4 years here. Grier's house moms always had my back and provided me with support and assistance. As I was adapting to this new country and language, this is something I hold near and dear to my heart. Grier has challenged me in ways that I never thought possible. The Grier Girls academic curriculum allowed me to explore my different interests and to discover my potential. The diverse student body has broadened my perspective and taught me to respect different cultures and viewpoints. But what truly stood out to me was the exceptional care and support demonstrated from the teachers. They were always willing to offer extra help that in turn nurtured my academic success. I will always remember Mrs. Callie's patient guidance of calculus, Mr. Clark's words of comfort while I was feeling anxious about future college life, and Miss Dermer's wardrobe game we played every day before classes started. These teachers have been with me throughout my journey at Grier, not only as teachers, but as guides, mentors, and friends. They have left a profound impact on my life. During my time at Grier, I became a bold as we choose and showing me that growth and progress come from stepping out of my comfort zone and facing my fears. These are the lessons that I will think back on throughout my whole life. I have grown into the person I am today with the support with the entire Grier community. As we say goodbye to our beloved school and embark on a new journey, we will not forget the memories we have created, the lessons we have learned, and friendships we have formed together. I encourage us to continue working hard, to chase our dreams, and to never forget the support and love that Grier gave us. Thank you.
I'll be looking out here, but the speech is really for you, okay? I was once in your shoes. I was 18 and graduating from high school. Like you, I also had to wear white. As you can imagine, I too looked all over for an all-white dress and finally settled on a white eyelet one with white espadrilles. And more importantly, like you, I was anxious to move on to another place with new faces. I was excited for the change I was about to undergo, but I did not know the meaning of that word until much later. Change comes whether you're ready or not. It's coming to you now, and my advice to you is threefold. Do what you love. My dad once told me, Kara, if you can read, write, and speak well, the sky's the limit. I took that to heart, knew I loved all three, and majored in English for my undergraduate degree. Kent Nerburn, Native American author, wrote, "Choose your work carefully. No matter how much you might believe that your work is nothing more than what you do to make money, your work makes you who you are because it is where you put your time. We are what we do, and the more we do it, the more we become it. By giving a job your time, you are giving it your consciousness. Eventually, it will fill your life with the reality it presents. Consider what your job will require you to do on a day-to-day, hour-to-hour, minute-to-minute basis. See if that is how you want to spend your time. If it is not, your job will become your prison rather than your vehicle of dreams. And a person without dreams is only half alive. For me, I've thought of my work as a vocation, which comes from the Latin word for calling, which comes from the word for voice. In those meanings, it touches on what work really should be, something that calls to you, that gives voice to who you are and what you want to say in the world. Doing what you love allows you to contribute to the world with love. Secondly, be open to what the world sends your way. You have your plans, and sometimes they'll work out. Other times there might be strong wind or powerful waves. Be willing to adjust your sail accordingly. The simple truth is that life is not always easy. Plans do not always work out. Years ago, when I was first married, my husband and I were in the final stages of purchasing a new home in a new area. The house was to be ours in 10 days. During a last-minute inspection, many things were discovered about the home, making it a bad purchase for us at the time. Disheartened, we moved into a tiny apartment with enough stuff to fill a home, including a very big dog. Yes, I've always had big dogs. Upon meeting the neighbor, I found out about a private school close by. My misfortune of not getting the home I wanted led to a teaching job I loved, and finally, through many twists and turns, to a job here in Pennsylvania at Grier, a place I've called home for 17 years. Sometimes what seems like misfortune is actually fortune wearing different clothes. Change isn't always easy, but if you're willing to be flexible and open to the changes in store for you, the rewards can be enormous. Finally, take calculated risks. I have found that most anything good comes from taking a risk. Don't be too scared to go out on a limb if you've evaluated your options and deem them worthy. Don't be afraid to jump too high, stretch too far, or work too hard. A Zen adage says it best, leap and the net shall appear. When I left my job at that school I told you I loved, to follow my husband who was in the Navy, the head of school there at the time said to me that when you feel really, really comfortable, you're not being challenged. As I looked at him through teary eyes, I realized that growing is sometimes uncomfortable. Change is uncomfortable. But if I hadn't left that very comfortable and wonderful job teaching middle school English, I wouldn't be here with you. I wouldn't have been able to work with so many amazing students over the years, both in the classroom and in admissions. I wouldn't have been able to be the kind of mom I am to Matt and Maggie if I hadn't ended up right here. I would have missed so many opportunities if I had not taken the risk. Remember what Kalo tells us in The Alchemist. When you want something, all the universe conspires in helping you to achieve it. Have faith and take the risk. Your change most likely will be very different from mine, and I wish you all the tools you need to navigate what poet Mary Oliver calls your one wild and precious life. Of course, I wish you the perfect dress when you need it, a job in which you feel rewarded, a ship with powerful sails and a loved one to hold your hand while you jump, and maybe another one with the net to catch you. And finally, of course, as a forever English teacher, I wish you a good book to get you through the rough patches and a nice journal to record it all. Know that I feel very blessed to have been a very small part of a big life ahead of you, along with the rest of our faculty and staff. Faculty and staff, can you stand? And it goes without saying that your parents are so happy to be a part of your journey. Parents, can you stand? Seniors, all of my luck and love to you. Transitioning. At this time, we would like to honor our senior student council officers and class officers for their hard work and dedication. When I call your name, please come forward. For student council, Alexis Dung Cao and Lucy Yiling Jin. They're our co-presidents. Our vice president, Edith Manfred. Our secretary, Debbie Gu. And our treasurer, Layla Kurtz. Next, I would like to honor our class officers, our president, Kimin Chen, our vice president, Chujun Liu, our secretary, Coco Liu, and our treasurer, Sophia Donoflo. For our prefects, green prefect, Gloria Yu, and gold prefect, Cameron Green. The winner of this year's green and gold competition is gold. Gloria Yu. Next, on behalf of the faculty, it is my privilege to honor the National Honor Society honors for the year. The National Honor Society accepts for membership those students who have demonstrated by their character, leadership, service, and scholarship that they are worthy of being members of this nationally recognized honor society. Today, you are hearing our senior National Honor Society members give their graduation speeches. At this time, we wish to honor our current non-senior National Honor Society members and those recently elected to the society. Please hold your applause until all the names have been read. Members, please stand to be recognized. Tara Buck, Amen Dejene, Jillian Herzick, Estella Huang, Ava Joy Marino, Amy Paulos, Kayla Marie Redcliffe, Euron Sun, Marion Pownell, Catherine Richard, Mary Guan, Leiden Cao, Su Young Yang, Alexis Bickley, Annie Nguyen, Demi Alade, Ahana Locker, Whitney Hunter, Stella Adler, Evelyn Doe, Adeline Yoder, and Isla Askarova. At this time, we will award the senior prizes. I will read the description and then call the name. The James La Rosa Riding Prize is awarded to the senior who has shown cooperation and the greatest improvement in riding. Lily Cushman. The Betty Bingay English Prize, awarded to the student who has attained the highest scholarship in English, along with the power of expression and creative ability in English prose throughout the year. Shujun Liu. The Eleanor Bowie Art Prize is awarded to the student of art who has excelled for the year in merit and faithfulness. Edie Manfred and Emma Zitin Yin. Congratulations. The Dance Prize is awarded to the senior whose artistic work in dance has been outstanding. And for this award, we have 3 recipients: Sophia Dinolfo, Layla Kurtz, and Camilla Barrocochea. The Drama Prize is awarded to the senior whose artistic work in drama has been outstanding. We have 2 recipients, Grace Ansley and Haley Very. The Patricia Millicent Michaels Prize is awarded to an advanced language student who, with appreciation and understanding, has shown the most interest and serious effort in the study of a language. Tran Nguyen. The Jane E. Rowe Prize is awarded to a member of the music department who has excelled for the year in effort, improvement, and achievement. Alexis Dung Cao. The Music Prize is awarded to the senior who has achieved the most significant advances in the development of instrumental or vocal music. Shuzhen Liu. The Schaefer History Prize is awarded to the senior who has shown the most ability and interest in the study of history. Debbie Gu. The Global History Prize is awarded to the senior who has worked to bridge the cultural divide, learn about, accept others, and help to make Grier School a better community. Lucy Jin. The Woolcock Mathematics Prize is awarded to a senior who has excelled in the study of mathematics. Coco Liu. The Senior Science Prize is awarded to the senior who has been most conscientious in her study of science. We have 2 recipients, Chujun Liu and Gabia Versakanyate. The Lemuel G. Grier Prize, donated by Mr. and Mrs. Alvin H. Clemens in honor of their daughter, Tracy Lynn Clemens, and awarded to the senior whose academic class rank is the highest for the year. Chujun Liu. Congratulations. The Sarah Below Grier Prize, bestowed by the faculty and staff upon the member of the senior class who has entered most wholeheartedly into extracurricular activities and who has derived the most benefit from them. We have 2 recipients, Coco Liu and Cameron Green. The Jan Connor Prize, bestowed by the faculty and staff upon the member of the senior class who exemplifies leadership, service, perseverance, and dedication. Alexis Cow.
Okay. Okay.
The Thomas C. Grier Memorial Prize, donated by Mr. Alfred W. French and awarded by the faculty to the senior who most exemplifies the simple qualities of human kindness and concern for the active dignity of daily living. Grace Ansley. The Trustees Prize, bestowed by the faculty upon the member of the senior class who has shown the greatest intellectual curiosity and academic motivation. Chujun Liu. The J. Richard Poussin Memorial Prize, bestowed by the faculty and staff upon the member of the senior class who has best displayed high ideals, a deep concern for others, kindness, love, but above all, understanding. Lucy Jin. The Nancy Jane Davis Prize, bestowed by the faculty and staff upon the member of the senior class whose influence in the life of the school has been most wholesome and helpful, judged on the basis of character, scholastic effort, and unselfish service. Edith Manfred. Congratulations. Will you please stand when I call your name? Also honored today are those seniors who have earned a year's average of 4.0 or higher. Again, we as the audience will hold our applause until all the names have been read. Camila Barracochea Olivas, Sherna Barracochea Olivas, Kieran Bai, Emma Budate, Dung Cao, Sophia Donolfo, Nora Duncan, Rong Fang, Yuxuan Gu, Jiwan Hong, Yiling Jin, Layla Kurtz, Chujun Liu, Eamon Liu, Edie Manfred, Nanling Mei, Chao Nguyen, Tron Nguyen, Grayson Rubel, Anna Sahlberg, Ru Tong, Gabia Versakanyate, Emily Whitehead, and Si Tin Yi. Congratulations.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for being here on this monumental day. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Anna Sahlberg. I am from New York City, and I've been attending Grier since the 8th grade. First, I would like to thank Grier's faculty and staff for their support and thoughtfulness. I am grateful to those who took the time to foster and encourage us, as we are often very far away from home. My Grier journey started in 2019 when I was 14 years old in a dorm room in this very house that stands behind me. I remember standing on the deck, waving goodbye to my parents, brother, and dog, watching as they drove away, nervous by the fact that I was about to spend the most time apart from them than I ever had in my entire life. That night, as I walked down to the dining hall for my first Grier dinner, I felt nervous and anxious that I wouldn't find a place to sit and would be alone. To my surprise, as I was getting my food, a group of upperclassmen introduced themselves to me and invited me to sit with them. As we ate and conversed, I felt like I belonged in a place that at the time was unfamiliar. Little did they know that that act of kindness of offering me a seat at their table on my first day would be remembered and cherished by me today. While at Grier, I was given the opportunity to study music under the amazingly talented Mr. Minnick. In turn, I've learned many new styles of music and was provided many opportunities to perform. I was taught new instruments and new methods of practice that helped me to grow and flourish as a musician. But one of the greatest achievements I've gained while studying music at Grier is overcoming my desire and obsession with perfectionism. For the longest time, all I wanted was for my performance to be perfect and without error. When I went to perform in front of an audience and made a mistake, I would feel ashamed and that I wasn't deserving of the audience's applause. While it took time, the Grier Music Department helped me to realize that there's no such thing as a perfect performance. Instead, they taught me to use the ideal of perfectionism to strive to do better, that I should learn from my mistakes rather than to harp on them, and that the reason I should go on stage and perform isn't to make it perfect, but because I love it. While I'm so excited to embark on the next chapter of my life, I will miss knowing that House Mom Caroline is just down the hall. I will miss the annual rock band concerts with Mr. Lang. I will miss Mr. Llewellyn's dad jokes that made me smile on the cloudiest days in winter. I will miss tackling the challenge of learning a new language in Miss Legal's class, and I will miss playing in an orchestra with Mr. Minnick as my conductor. Little did the 14-year-old girl with braces that stood on this deck know that she would make friends that feel like family and meet faculty and staff that made Grier feel a little less far away from home. As we, the class of 2023, embark on our next journeys in life, I encourage us to keep this quote from Jeff Keller's novel, Attitude is Everything, in mind. A happy person is not a person in a certain set of circumstances, but rather a person with a certain set of attitudes. Thank you, Grier School, for the last 5 years, and congratulations to the class of 2023.
Where are you from? This question greeted me at the door as soon as I walked into Grier. It's a vital question, and one that I never really considered the importance of before I came here. In most schools, you're identified and introduced with only your name. Hi, I'm Edie. But here at Grier, you're introduced often with your name, followed by where on the globe you hail from. Hi, I'm Edie, and I'm from Pennsylvania. I've had many different feelings about this question over the years. My answer was always, oh, I'm from about 20 minutes down the road. Pretty boring. I felt rather embarrassed. My home isn't anything too interesting compared to those around me here, and I've always known that I wanted to leave my small town. There's no skyscrapers, crystal blue oceans, or foreign languages. It's just, well, Pennsylvania. However, over my 4 years at Grier, this question has taken on a new meaning to me. Where are you from? My answer is no longer as simple as Pennsylvania. I'm from Pennsylvania, but I'm also from everywhere and everyone that has shaped me into the person I am today. I'm from suburbia of the Appalachian Mountains, the North Shore of Boston, and each of the 7 houses my family has lived in over the years. But above all, I'm from Grier. I feel that my life is a kaleidoscope of everyone who has shaped how I see the world, and through Grier, that kaleidoscope has become so much more colorful and full of beauty. Through my immense senior art project of creating a world map of Grier's global history, I realized just how historic a space we are standing in. As the 5th generation Grier family has helped me to discover, every girl that has walked the same halls we do has added to the collage of Grier's history. Over 170 years, this campus has held world changers, artists, musicians, scholars, and thousands of women who have become my historical sisters. The stories and perspectives of my fellow Grier girls mean more to me than I can say in words, but through art I have finally found a way other than words to express those stories. When I walked into the doors of the art building for the first time, I saw for the first time in my life the potential to become a true artist, who not only creates beautiful art, but also affects the nature of the world in doing so. I don't yet know everything I will see through the viewfinder of my beloved camera in my lifetime, but I know that whatever I see, I will work to share it with everyone I can. Now that 4 years have passed, we're not asking each other that initial question anymore. Now we're asking each other the far more daunting question of where are you going? I'm going to fulfill my dreams at a top-tier art school, but I'm also going to become the member of the world that Grier has prepared me to be. I'm going to run competitive collegiate cross-country and track with joy and perseverance. I'm going to be not only a change maker, but also a sister to everyone around me. I'm going to make my words and the art I create the stewards of love and light. I'm going to occupy my space in the world with confidence and creativity, knowing that I'm a strong woman who contributes multitudes to the world around me. I'm going to make my life a masterpiece. The value of the communal creative space that Grier is cannot be understated. And with that, neither can the incredible cast of characters who have shaped all of us here today, both friends, family, and teachers. I can never truly give enough thank yous, so I'll simply say this. Thank you to everyone who believed in me and saw in me the person I strive to become. Thank you for teaching us, loving us, and helping us to appreciate this historic space. And thanks too to everyone who ever said yes to being in one of my crazy photo shoots over the years, because there's been a lot. And so from this, I now ask you, where are you from, but more importantly, where are you going? We open wide the future's gates. Hail and farewell, loved Grier.
Good morning. My name is Dung Cao, or Alexis. I'm Vietnamese. I am the Student Council President, Beyond the Bubble President, Dance Like a Warm Club President, Randomly Screams on Occasions Club President, and also the Running Out of Time Club President. Every day of the past year, I often find myself stuck with the following questions, feeling as if I must answer them immediately. Who is the person I aspire to be? What kind of legacy do I leave behind wherever I go? Am I on the right track? They leave me feeling as if time is grabbing me by the neck. Time is finite, but also abundant, because time can be either mindlessly or wisely used. 16-year-old me often spent time feeding into competition, studying day and night for APs, selling her soul to the devil to prove herself. But to prove what was the question I could not answer. Maybe to prove myself strong or worthy of my parents' investments. My family is here today. My dad is right there, along with my brother, for the first time visiting the school halfway across the globe that they blindly trusted to send the girl to. My mom is somewhere. God knows where people go after death. She did leave a huge legacy. Me. She embraced me when I cried, feeling defeated by the little bullies in elementary school. She bought 5 packs of page markers for me after she let my little brother destroy all I had. She taught me how to walk. Literally. 16 years and I became her legacy overnight. I rate that experience a 1 out of 10, with that 1 point accounting for my newfound answer. There was never a need to prove myself. She loved me unconditionally. There's a saying that goes, expect the unexpected. I personally think it's dumb. How do we know what is unexpected to expect? It is, however, the perfect way to sum up what living feels like to me. Can anyone here definitively say right here, right now, that they know who they are and who they will become? I doubt it. Perhaps these questions are rhetorical, never to be answered certainly. I am learning to use my time wisely, maybe to love my heart out like my mom did. The questions still linger in my mind, but I now know to acknowledge them. Finally, I have teachers and friends to thank today. Miss Jenkins, who witnessed my insane growth as a musician. Thank you for believing in me more than I do myself and constantly challenging my musicianship. We made history this year with our conducting lessons, 15 lessons converting into 15 short hours. But those were the most fruitful hours of my life. Mr. Minnick, who showed me the communicative powers of music. Thank you for letting me be a nerd with you. Miss Wong, Mrs. Krupa, and Miss DJ, thank you for dealing with my stubbornness. Dr. GB, thank you for showing me reading can be fun. Thank you, Tron, Mimi, Katie, and Nat, for not burning North Cottage down. Thank you, Gloria, Emma, Estella, and Alice, for being my safe haven, and to so many others that time does not permit me to mention. Seniors, we will all leave today, perhaps to never cross paths once again in our lives, but these moments we spent together have forever changed us. Our high school selves will soon become memories. We will never go back to the simple days of high school, sadly, but I am, and we are ready to let time take its course. Thank you.
This next introduction is such a joy for me, personally, such a joy. It's my delightful pleasure to introduce our next surprise guest speaker, Dr. Jolene Moyer. Jolene's husband, Jesse Moyer, is a distinguished guest of ours today, sitting in the front row, and a decorated lieutenant with the Pennsylvania State Police, as well as a successful community leader. Thank you for your service, Mr. Moyer. Our speaker today, Jolene, is a board-certified foot and reconstructive ankle surgeon. Her med school was Kent State, and she served her residency at nearby UPMC Pittsburgh. With 20 years in private practice, Jolene just recently joined UPMC Hospital's Elite Orthopedics Group. Jolene and Jesse's daughter, Jada, is a rising ninth grader here at Grier, a star member of the school's elite dance program, as well as class president. Thank you. Please welcome Dr. Jolene Moyer.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you so much for letting me share in your day. I want to first start by congratulating the seniors, the class of 2023. What an accomplishment to be here, and to sit here. I thank Mr. Grier and the administration and the whole team for inviting me to speak. I feel honored to be here, honestly. I feel like our role that has led us here, what led us to this path, became one of the greatest gifts that we foresee happening in Jada's future. Everybody's path here is different, I'm sure. There's kids from all over the world. There's kids from all over the state. There's kids from the county. We became interested in Grier School in a way that was a little bit unique, and actually one of the seniors who spoke here today, Edie, became very instrumental in starting to build what was a foundation for our daughter's future. And so what my message today, which builds on everyone else speaking today about what everything happens with change, what is important is the foundation. The foundation that you built at Grier School is a structure. That structure stabilizes you from collapse. That's by definition what foundation is. And so what we were looking for and what we found to be most important, we wanted a foundation for our daughter. And that foundation wasn't just going to come with academics. It was going to come with development. It was going to come with independence. We wanted to see her to have pride in herself. So after speaking with Edie and her family, we set up a visit. We came to Grier. We visited with administration. We spoke with different students, and from the moment we set foot here, it was each one of you that began our foundation. Every one of you with a smile, everyone that walked with such poise and independence. There was so much laughter. There were so many groups of girls together. And my husband and I looked at one another and we said, this is the place. Like, we don't need to hear the statistics for the academics, although when Mr. Grier today related that, I thought, wow, what a phenomenal place to be a part of. What a phenomenal place to share with our daughters and with our family and make that part of their foundation and their history. We spent that day, and one of the things that stood out most in our mind, we went to a dance class, and we sat through one of Miss Jossie's warm-ups. Now, my husband is a SWAT-trained Iraq war veteran who has literally been to as many things that you can imagine, and he sat there after watching that workout, and he said, those girls are absolute beasts. He said, I would take them to any endeavor I had and watch them fight through it, because that was a strong group of girls, and it was the perseverance and just how much they enjoyed what they were doing in their art. They stayed afterwards, they talked to us, they answered questions. We left that day without having to have a second thought. Our job as parents was then going to be do whatever we had to do, as all of you did, to get our daughters here and begin the beginning of their foundation. And as parents, I think that's one of the things that we recognize most is our goal and our dream is we want to be able to enable our daughters to find a place, or our children in general, find a place that becomes home to them. And I find this to be such a unique situation because every single one of you become part of each other's foundations. You've just stabilized your first level, you're graduating today, you're moving on to whether it be the arts or academics or finding jobs, traveling back to your homes, which all over the world, but you come back to the foundation that you built at Grier School. Being part of that foundation, I found it, so heartening with listening to Layla, because Layla talked about her Anne. Well, Layla, you are Jada's Anne. Where's Layla? From the day our daughter met Layla Kurtz, she said, I aspire to be her. That's somebody I want to be. I want to walk with that confidence. I want to know that I can do anything that I put my mind to. I want to walk in a room and I want to look like her. I want to be the one that knows that I can conquer the world. So Layla, you are Jada's Anne. And so that carries through over time and over the years. One thing Jada asked me to do today, she said, speak from the heart, but don't cry. So I promised her I will not cry, but I do want to say that there are so many things here that we all know that are gifts to us as parents. But it's these girls who have persevered, they've put in the hours, they have, performed the arts, they've assumed the studies, they've made the relationships, the depth of the relationships that they make with one another, I have never seen anywhere in my life. And as we all know, the motto of Grier is sound mind in a sound body. And even with lots of years of med school, I'm not going to attempt that in Latin because I didn't learn enough Latin to do it well. So I do know that likely when you started your journey here, that probably did not mean a whole lot to you. But as you sit here today, I'm quite sure that means a lot more to you, and that you've found that in your sound mind, you find your sound body, that everything you built on your foundation, the life skills, the independence, everything from here will lead your way. This is going to be a very successful group of people. There is no doubt in my mind. I've been to, around a lot of people through medical school, and I still am impressed every time I'm on this campus, and that's just with the level of confidence that I see in every one of you. Your servers today, those are people that now you're building their foundation, and so each and every one of them now have a foundation that you have laid the way for. I wish you the best of luck. I think that there's going to be so much good that happens, and I feel grateful. I'm blessed that we're a parent of a Grier student, and I want to thank you all today for your time.
Now for the presentation of diplomas to our amazing class of 2023. Gao Hong Hyum Alexis.
That was perfect.
Yi Ling Lucy Jin. Edith Noble Manfred. Yu Xuan Deborah Gu. Layla May Kurtz. Yatsi Kiman Chen. Qiujian Liu. Yimin Coco Liru. Sophia Grace Donolfo. Cameron May Green. Li Feng Gloria Yu. Anna Emily Sauberg. Grace Eleanor Ansley. Camila Barracochea Olivas. Sarina Baracochea Olivas. Emma Budzaice. Lily Bell Cushman. Nor Sophia Duncan. Rong Juno Feng. Susan Michaela Fink. Jia Yue Jasmine Liu. Olivia Campbell Mack. Careful. Nanlene Nancy May. Wu Hien Nok Minjiao Katie. Chan Nguyen.
Just stay there. Oh.
Anastasia Catherine Picard.
Oh, no, right over there. So I can get a picture. Perfect. Go ahead, I'll help you out.
Grayson Ann Rubel. Ro Ruzi Tong. Gabia Versa Kinyete. Haley Berry. See you, Angela Wong. Jonna Marie Wetstein. And it is also Jonna's 18th birthday today. Emily Brooke Whitehead. Ingziti Emma Yin. Anna Elizabeth Zuthin. And now for our wonderful in absentia class of 2023. Megan R. Adler, Zainab Awais, Chen Ren Judy B, Ji Hwan Hong, Yung Si Jin, Yi Fei Lily Lee.
I would like to convey my congratulations and just a few remarks for the newly minted class of 2023. When you received your diploma just now, you officially became a Grier School alumna. Congratulations. As alumna, you will receive Grier All-School Reunion invitations, specific graduating class reunion invitations, Grier School newsletters, and the Alumni Bulletin. There's a Grier School alumni database for you to access. Please keep your contact information up to date. Tell us when you move, send us your new mailing address, and if you should marry, change your last name, please inform us. The same goes for your email, cell phone, WhatsApp, WeChat, Instagram, etc., etc. The entire Grier School family wishes you good luck, good health, and much success. May each of you fulfill your dreams. Congratulations.
Good morning. I'm Sophia Dinolfo, a first-year student. Thank you for coming to this year's graduation ceremony. I am so honored to be speaking today on behalf of this distinguished celebration. In recent years, I have learned the most valuable lesson of my life thus far. It is that change, the thing we may fear the most, can help us become the person we want to be. Making a life-altering decision may be scary, daunting, or even require us to give up a part of our past. However, without change, we may never know who we can become. My personal journey began about 2 years ago when I was first introduced to Grier. At the time, I was attending a summer dance intensive at the college I will now be calling home, Point Park University. While taking a class taught by Jossie, she pulled me aside to offer me the opportunity to attend Grier and be a member of the pre-professional dance company. I remember this moment so vividly, and my first thought, without question, was that I had to go. When I arrived home from the intensive, I began to think about what life would be like if I followed such an opportunity. While I knew coming to Grier would be exactly what I needed to prepare me for a future career in dance, there was a small part of me that hesitated. Choosing to attend a new school my senior year would mean giving up the comfort and normalcy of a life I had always known. I had to decide if following my dreams and preparing myself for a future in dance was worth taking a chance at something new. After months of contemplating, I can now say it was the best decision I have ever made. Without a doubt, my Grier experience has been nothing short of pure joy and gratitude. Every day has been filled with hardworking classrooms, laughter in the dining halls, perseverance in the dance building, and most importantly, tears, smiles, and hugs in the dorm rooms. The friendships I have made throughout these experiences have allowed me to see life with a new sense of appreciation. Without my family, none of my Grier experiences would have been possible. To my parents, thank you for supporting me and allowing me to follow my dreams. To my brothers, Derek and Matthew, you should know that you were right every time you said going to Grier was the obvious decision. And to my sisters, Gianna and Emilia, I cherish the love for dance we share, and I'm grateful to be your big sister. I hope that I have left an impact on not only you, but the whole school, that by accepting change in your life, it can bring you a whole new meaning. I would like to thank Jossie and Danielle for welcoming me into the company as a senior and allowing me a place for my passion of dance to grow. You have graciously supplied me with experiences that I will take with me as I continue my dance education. From hours of ballet technique to numerous guest choreographers, you have completely changed and challenged the dancer I am today. To the pre-pros, thank you for showing me what true friendship is. I love you all dearly, and I am eager to see what your futures hold. Deciding to attend the Grier School has taught me the beauty of change. The thing I was once afraid of is now something I look forward to. As I begin the next chapter of my life as a college student, I have the courage and experience to face change straight on.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you all for coming here today to celebrate the graduating class of 2023. If you don't know me, my name is Chujun Liu. Even as I'm delivering my sentiments, I still couldn't believe that in just a few hours, we're going to wave our last goodbye to this campus and head toward our next chapter of life. 5 years ago, the 14-year-old me moved from Beijing to Grier with excitement, but also the fear of the unknown. At that time, I was worried that as a foreigner, I would feel isolated when I needed help. However, I have met so many nice and supportive people here that my worries never came true. The most memorable of all would be when COVID first hit in 2020. I still remember how Ms. Piatti comforted me daily when cases were first reported in China. How Grier opened the dorms despite spring break for international students to have a place to stay. How Ms. Warner drove in the dark, even hitting a coyote, and continuing on just so I could get to the airport on time. And how Dr. Borst, still dressed in pajamas, was waiting for me to hand a box of masks for flight. I sincerely appreciate the efforts everyone has dedicated to international students during COVID. This unforgettable experience made me deeply appreciate Grier as a warm community. 5 years in this warm community, I had the opportunity to explore all my interests. Academically, I was able to try different classes and discover my love for biology. I also got the chance to explore extracurricular activities, trying different art classes and participating in different instrumental groups. These diverse experiences made my high school life fulfilling and enjoyable. Here today, I would like to say thank you to all the dedicated teachers who have helped me with academics. Thank you to my friends who supported me when I lost my confidence. And I would especially like to say thank you to 3 people. First, to Dr. Burke. Thank you for constantly guiding me to build a network of knowledge with fundamental ideas. I now understand. One does not simply study for AP Bio. I will continue to carry the learning method you have taught me as I go on to pursue my higher education. Second, to Ms. Wang. Thank you for everything you have done for me, especially the Zoom lessons we had despite the time difference. It is my honor to be your flute student for 5 years, and I could hardly imagine having a different flute teacher in college. Last but not least, to Ms. Piatti. Thank you for always caring for me and treating me like your granddaughter, giving me emotional support. Please come to visit when you have time, and I'll be waiting for you in Baltimore. I only became the person I am today with the help of everyone I met at Grier. I'll take these instructions and blessings with me as I begin the next chapter of my life and shine at Johns Hopkins. Thank you.
It is now my honor to formally present the class of 2023. Please join me in a round of applause for them. Congratulations. Lucy and Alexis will now lead us in our prayer.
Let's bless this new day to our youth and us to thy service and keep us ever mindful of the needs of others. Amen. Congratulations! Woo!